What up, YouTube? Coming at y'all with another bike video. This is the bike I actually showed on the channel before. It was just a frame. That's pretty much how I got it, as a frame and a fork. Got it in a trade deal. I was telling y'all in the previous video, I was pretty much trying to thin the herd a little bit, sell off a few bikes that I'm not using just to fund other builds. You know, I accumulate so many projects and the money spread a little thin. You know, you putting out more money than you know, you getting back out of it. You know, if anybody that build bikes, y'all pretty much know this stuff is expensive. Even when you build it on a budget, man, every little piece costs, especially if you building from scratch. So with that being said, you know, keep the ball rolling. I said, let me you know, build a bike I can flip or whatever. So I assembled this bike just for the time being. It's just a mock-up. I am going to build it to resell. It's just pretty much being mocked up right now. It's a late 67 Schwinn fastback Stingray. Technically, I guess you could say it's a 68 because that's how they did them. It was built in September of 67, so I guess it's, you know, technically kind of a 68. If you watch my previous video, I'm pretty sure you've seen the copper tone one I got, so I got pretty much two of them. Wasn't really planning on building this bike soon or whatever, but I thought about it, like, man, let me go ahead and build this bike so I could flip it. I have had a few people offer me a little change just to buy the frame, but I'm not, you know, I'm not even not really considering selling just the frame, for the simple fact, you know, people, that's their way of lowballing you. They want to you know, get you down to the nitty gritty as far as taking all the parts off and just buying the frame. And that's the way, oh, I give you, you know, somebody might say something stupid, I'll give you 50 bucks for it. Like, no, it's a real OG Chicago made 68 Schwinn Stingray fastback. So, you know what I mean? It ain't like, you know, it's a China bike. Even the China bikes now, you know, if you just buy a Chinese copy of a Schwinn frame, they're like, you know, 150, 200 bucks now. So why would I sell an OG Schwinn for that much? So with that being said, you know, I'd rather put it together and get my money. If somebody want to customize it different after I sell it to them, that's fine, that's their prerogative. But I'm going to sell it as one piece, so I'm not going to get nobody the room to lowball me. But yeah, I don't really plan on putting too much in it. I got most of the parts for it. As you can see, I am going to buy a new seat. I am going to find like a original, like maybe not original to this bike, but I'm going to find an OG Schwinn chain guard throw on here. Just little stuff, pedals, grips. I don't even want to change the tires, but if I sit on it for a while, I might do that too. But other than that, yeah, man, this is going to be a budget build. I'm not going to ask for arm and a leg, but I am going to get a fair price off of it, or it can sit. Like, I'll let it sit. I don't have a problem sitting on my bikes or whatever. Fortunately, it's a lot of people out there not trying to pay nothing. They always trying to get something for nothing. But if somebody want this bike, you just gotta break bread. Like, to be honest, you just gotta break bread. Like I said, I'm not gonna ask for arm and a leg. The ballpark, I would say between 350 and 500 when it's done, and that depends on what all I do to it. If you build a bike like this from a frame or whatever, and you add up what you're gonna have to put in it as far as getting all the pieces and things like that, and the time and the labor and things like that, it's gonna be well over 500. So if you can get one of these, you know, ready to ride and look good between 350, 500, cool. That's a deal. That's really a steal. But yeah, that's pretty much the plans for it. Solid bike. As you can see, I've been stripping the paint a little bit. I am going to take it completely apart after I, you know, finish mocking it up and strip the paint, so I could, you know, put a new paint job on it or whatever. I'm waiting on finding a chain guard first so I could paint them together. But yeah, if you've been watching my channel, you know I don't build junk. It's kind of hard for me to build anything without, you know, not half-assed. I mean, it's hard for me to build anything and not build it the right way and half-ass. I don't half-ass. That's not me. I don't always build perfection, but I build real nice stuff. So you can go back down my channel and see how, the things that I build, the way I build them, pretty much. Like I said, I don't build junk. So this bike, when it's done, is going to be nice. So just wanted to put it out there that it's going to be for sale. Like I said, just, to make some extra money to work on some other projects. Maybe I flip this one, get another bike to flip, build that one, flip it, just some sell and buy budget bills and keep flipping them, making a profit or whatever. That's pretty much the plan. But yeah, man, just wanted to show y'all this fastback I'm working on. For the people who haven't seen it before, like I said, it was just a frame when I showed it before, but yeah. All right, y'all.